Hi, you guys. The swap for Ginger's Corner is currently newsprint flowers. So you have to make 8 and you have to use newsprint or book print or something like that. I would be nervous about putting something like that in on my scrapbook pages because you don't know about the ink. And I'm actually allergic to newsprint ink. So I have this Bo Bunny sort of newsprint stamp. It's in French. I'm okay with that. I have used it before. I think I used it on my stars last month or the month before. So I'm going to use this, and I have pulled out a bunch of different papers. Now, these have lines on them, but I don't think it matters for this because there are lines on here. So I'm going to have multiple lines. These are all my Creative Memories photo mat papers. So I'm going to try these and see how they look. And make cards. I will ink the edges, and I'm going to make a layered flower. So I picked a pretty simple die, but it has 4 different sizes. So I'm going to make a 4-layered flower and see how that comes out. And then, oh, I have another die with some leaves. So I have some green paper for leaves. But first step, I'm going to stamp all of this. So I will do 1, and I think that I can fit all of these on each paper. So I'm going to stamp, and then I'm going to go and cut these. So as long as I'm stamping a little bit in the middle, I can fit all of these on each one. All right, so let's start out by stamping, and I'm gonna use black soot because it's newsprint. I could use the gray. I'm gonna start by using the newsprint, the Distress Oxide. Let me get a good plate. All right, so I tried using the plate, and I thought I had used it this way before, but it didn't really quite work for me. I think maybe I wasn't pressing hard enough or something. So I do end up using my stamp platform. So I try this. It doesn't work great. You can see it only pressed in the middle. So I'm going to change tools. I think that plate works better with slightly smaller stamps. That stamp goes edge to edge. So just not working super great. And I'm just doing a little bit of a light press on that. And you can see I'm not worried about getting completely full coverage, and that was a second press, so it's lighter coverage. It all works, y'all. It's each one is a little unique. As you can tell, I'm doing 8 different colors based on whatever papers I grabbed that I thought were floral in nature. So for this swap, lots of things are different. And then I've gone off and cut, and then I take the 4 pieces and I'm adding some Distress Oxide in a coordinating matching color to each of the petals. And this is to give it a little more depth. Now for Ginger's Corner, they want you to have at least 2 layers. Each
flower cutout I'm now on my third layer. So I have the paper, the stamp, and then the inked edges. So really that's kind of 3 layers. I'm going to do the same thing with the leaves. Just color the edges, and I'm using Mowed Lawn, I think, for my green on this. You just want whatever color you're using to be just 1 shade darker than the paper. Now, I glued this together first, and then I decide I really want to scrunch up the leaves to give it a little more dimension. So I do this after the fact. On all the other ones, I'm going to do it before I glue them together. So I'm just going through and pressing my thumb into a crevice between my 2 first fingers, and then squishing the flower. And it just gives a really nice dimension. It can still be pressed out, but it makes the flowers really stand up. Now I'm doing 3 layers on the flower, and I'm leaving the smallest one as a separate flower so that it could go elsewhere on a scrapbook page, just to give flexibility and an additional element. Sometimes it looks weird if your colors aren't matching perfectly. So here are my sets. I'm finished. I also took the scraps that I had left over on each sheet, and I made a little tag. Now the tags I inked in black. I think I've already done that here. And now I'm just going to add some gems to the center of the flowers, and I want each set to match. So I pulled out a whole bunch of different gems so that each swap partner, each person, will get a big flower, a tiny flower. Both of those have gems in it, and then a tag. And then they have 3 elements that will coordinate and go on a scrapbook page. So I'm just finishing up those gems here. This was a really, really fun project, actually. I had a lot of fun putting this together and making these beautiful flowers. And I can't wait to see what I get in return. So I think everybody has their gems. Oh, except this one purple one. And I didn't do yellow yet, so I'm just going to finish up the yellow. And this swap is ready to go, you guys. So please go over to Ginger's Corner, sign up for a swap, give this video a thumbs up, and be sure and subscribe if you are not subscribed to my channel. I'm kind of in love with these embellishments. Thanks a lot, you guys.